Well, hello then guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. This one I'll be starting a little bit differently on this video, so I can update you as to what's been going on since my last video, as obviously it's been a while. So firstly, as you can see, I've changed my name and my logo. What do you guys think of it? Like, if you can, get down in the comments and let me know whether you think it's better or worse, whether you like it or not. It will be greatly appreciated. As you can see, I am doing this off my phone because I've got quite a lot I need to catch you all up on. So yeah, if you can just bear with me if it is a little bit scripted, you know, because there's no way I'm going to remember all this, what's literally happened since my last video. My little breakaway was also due to me concentrating on myself for a while, and during my time away I have also been back up north for my nan and granddad's 60th wedding anniversary, visited friends and family, and managed to do some fishing along the way. So here is what's been going on. On Monday the 17th of November, I had a week away. I headed back up north for my nan and granddad's 60th wedding anniversary to see friends and family and to meet up with an old friend I haven't seen for years. During my time away, I managed to squeeze in a day session at the lovely Pheasants Wood fishery on Woodcock Lake. We arrived at the lake early on a frosty morning, and there was no one else fishing. I just knew it wasn't going to be easy by any means, but I did manage to land a smaller common. But given the conditions and this being a new lake for me, I was more than happy to get a bend in the rod. I fished my tried and trusted combo, being VX plus loops and booms combi rigs with a T-nut wafter hook baits, over mixed overruns in whole, half and crumb, a handful of mixed carp pellets, hemp, tigers, maples and corn. Pheasants Woodcock Lake was, as previously said, a new venue for me, which I couldn't recommend enough. The lake itself was beautiful, well kept, and the staff was lovely. The facilities were very nice and clean. The food was lovely, and booking couldn't have been any easier via the Swim Booker app. Definitely safe to say I'll be going back at some point to hopefully get to meet some of that lake's bigger residents. So yeah, that was a nice little trip away, and obviously managed that smaller common which you're seeing now. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that one. After my trip away up north, I returned back home late November and got straight back down the syndicate. I had a 72-hour session starting on the 28th of November, where I managed 3 carp to 20 pound, 2 bream and a tench. Although only being away for a week, during my presence the lake seemed to have changed in many ways after the first cold spurt and the first frost of the year, and I just knew again it wasn't going to be easy. I had a good look around, and after seeing nothing, I went on gut instinct and chose to swim central in the lake. Not only for having a good vantage point, but being in the centre is always a good place to start, in obviously my own personal opinion. After blanking and seeing nothing for 24 hours, I went into my second night feeling more confident after seeing a few shores in the area. I managed to land my first and biggest of the session, being a lovely 20 pound common, which obviously you are seeing now, followed by a bream. With nothing else through the night, I woke up early hours, made a coffee, sat outside watching the water, where I managed to see a shore over my right hand rod on a reed line margin. Not long after, number 2 came along, being a smaller common, which obviously wasn't weighed, but you're seeing the pictures now. Nothing else happened through the day, so I redone the rods and baited up the spots around midday, ready for my final night, where I managed another common of 14 pound and 8 ounces, which you see now, followed by a bream and a tench. That being the last action of the session. Again, on that session, Kent Particles 20mm and 15mm T-nut wafter hook baits on my VX Plus loops and booms combi rigs, over beds of mixed overrun, hemp, maize, maples, tigers, groats, all soaked in T-nut liquid food hydro, doing the business for me as always, as you guys have probably seen. I then returned back on the 10th of December for a 72-hour birthday social, with my actual birthday being on the 13th. I managed to land 5 carp to 22 pound, including 2 of this lake's rarer mirrors. because at this lake it's 95% commons, 5% mirrors, so they are quite rare, to be fair. I did also manage to land a bream as well. Arriving at the lake, we set up in a swim. I've not fished much, so after a bit of marker work, I managed to locate 2 spots. One, a gravel silt seam in open water, and a clean gravel area just off of a island point. Again, VX Plus loops and booms combi rigs and VX Plus Ronnie rigs with either T-nut pop-ups or T-nut wafters was dispatched over the area. On this session, I fished again the mix of mixed overruns in whole, half and crumb, hemp, maize, maples, tigers and groats, all soaked in T-nut liquid food hydro. With such conditions for this time, such conditions for that time of year, I decided to bait heavily with around 25 to 30 kilos of bait being used on that session alone. So, at that time of year, they was proper having it, which I was absolutely buzzing with, to be fair, because I do like, obviously, putting a little bit of bait out and fishing 3 rods over the straight over the top sort of thing. I then went home for a couple of days and returned back down on the 16th of December for another 72-hour session, where I managed to land 10 carp to 26 pound, including not 1, not 2, but 3 double takes. It was absolute carnage. Arriving at the lake early hours of Tuesday morning, I heard and seen multiple carp showing in front of a swim, so I swiftly got set up, the rods out, but unfortunately nothing happened until 9:50 PM on the first night, when I managed my first and biggest carp of the session being 26 pound, which you're seeing now. Things then went quiet until the following evening, where I managed to land another 7 carp, including two double takes from 4:30 PM till 11 PM. Unfortunately, after that again, the action slowed up until my final morning. As I was packing up, and then I managed to land both parts of yet another double take. Absolute carnage. All fish was caught on either 15 or 20 mil T-nut wafters, on my forever faithful VX Plus loops and booms combi rigs over beds of my spod mix. I went through about 25 kilos of bait in total, and my spod mix consisted of mix overruns, hemp, maize, maples, tigers and groats, all soaked in T-nut liquid food hydro with some barley wheat in it, bulking up the spod mix which was kindly supplied to me by the lake owner, because that's what he feeds the fish. Then on the 23rd of December, I headed back down the lake to spend Christmas. And you'll be seeing the footage of it now. It was just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, spending Christmas down the bank has been something I've always wanted to do, but never got around to. Although I did blank on this session, I thoroughly enjoyed my time, and especially my bankside Christmas dinner, which obviously you're seeing now. It was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so after Christmas, I returned again on the 16th of January for another session. Initially, I only planned on doing 72 hours, but it ended up being a 5-night session. After blanking for the first 48 hours and hearing fish shore on the other side of an island to my right hand side, whilst I was laying in bed, me being me, ended up packing up and moved at 2:30 AM. After I'd moved into the next swim, checking the weather and having some success, I decided to make the most of my session and the mega conditions for that time of year. So I stayed on for another 3 nights. The time and effort of moving seemed to have paid off, because I managed to land 5 carp to 21 pound 12 ounces, 3 tench and a bream over the duration of the rest of my stay. I fished the gravel area tight up to an overhanging tree, on an island in 9.5 foot of water, and all carp was caught on 20 mil custom roll T-nut wafters from Kent Particles on Carpenter's Essentials VX Plus loops and booms combi rigs. And on that session, I fished T-nut, krill critter, boilies, mixed overruns in whole, half and crumb, hemp, maize, maples, tigers and buckwheat, all soaked in T-nut liquid food hydro, which, you know, it's a mix and hook baits that, as you can see, it's working well. So if you haven't tried it before, guys, get on it and give it a little try. I don't think you will be disappointed, to be fair. But yeah, moving on. On the 23rd of January, I then went back up north to see a mate, and I spent a week away with my mate in a lovely holiday cottage, which turned out to be near Clearwater Fisheries. So being so close and having my gear with me, I thought it'd be rude not to have a couple of day sessions at Clearwater Fisheries on Kent's Bank Lake. Arriving at the fishery for my first time, my first impressions was the fishery looked well run, tidy, and had plenty of lakes to choose from. After heading to the office to get booked in, the bailiff said the deeper bowl area on Kent's Bank had been fishing well, and 28 fish had been caught the previous week in 20 foot of water. So never want to ignore the bailiff's advice, I headed up and set myself up in peg 10, which you're going to be seeing that it's being circled on the map now. I fished 2 rods on a margin spot to my right and one out in open water in 20 foot of water, and lo and behold, the rod in open water was the one to go, resulting in this stunning 18 pound 8 ounce common that you are seeing now. On my 2 rod margin spot, I fished a 15mm matched hatch teen-nut wafter and a 16mm washed out yellow teen-nut wafter on my VX Plus loops and booms combi rigs, again over a bed of hemp, maize, maples, mixed overruns, krill critter boilies and house pellet, all soaked in teen-nut liquid food hydro. On my open rod spot, I fished a pink teen-nut pop-up and on a VX Plus Ronnie rig with a PVA mesh bag of 8mm house pellets attached, which turned out to be the winning combination on the day. So that was my little trip up to Clearwater Fisheries. Like I say, it's a lovely place, like well run, nice and tidy. Facilities are nice. There's a decent little shop there on site. I'm pretty sure there's a cafe there as well. So yeah, if you haven't, head over to Swimbooker and have a little look. It's definitely a place I would recommend, to be honest with you. After that then, after the week away with my mate, I then went back up for 7 weeks to spend some time with my mum, which is something I don't often get a chance to do. I managed a couple more day sessions at Clearwater Fisheries, which did unfortunately result in blanks. Whilst I was away, I did visit a few places in Scotland, which obviously you'll be seeing a couple of pictures now, such as Dundrennan Abbey, where I managed to get these lovely shots that you are seeing now. I then returned home on Monday the 2nd of March, swiftly got some bait prepped and was back down the lake on the 4th of March for a 72-hour session, where I managed to land 2 carp to 17 pound, which obviously you'll be seeing now. Arriving at the lake and after having a good look around and seeing nothing, I decided on setting up in a point swim with a good vantage point. After 48 hours of dust tension bream, I decided to pack up and go have a look around, where I managed to see a shore in a swim I previously fished further up the lake. Wasting no time, I quickly dropped a bucket in the swim, went back to the van, got the barrel loaded, got to the swim, set up and the rod's out, and it's safe to say the move paid off, because in the end I was rewarded with 2 lovely commons to 17 pound. Not the biggest fish by any means, but under the tricky conditions I was more than happy with them, plus it saved the dreaded blank. So yes, that about brings us up to date now, and you join me on, I'm currently mid-session, well I'm just on my last 24 hours now. I'm not going to vlog this, but so far in this session I've managed to land 2 bream, and I have also managed, I lost one early hours this morning, a common, I lost it at the net, and then this afternoon at 2 o'clock I was rewarded with this lovely common that you're going to be seeing now. So yeah, that's it guys, that's you guys all up to date. Apologies in the big gap in videos there. I am going to try to keep on top of my mental health, and like I've definitely come to a lot of realizations recently, so it's just a case of chin up, keep on battling through, and yeah. So yeah, hopefully I can get these videos cracking again for you guys and keep plenty of fish coming on the bank. But for now, that's all I'm going to give you, so I shall hopefully catch up with you soon with another nice big chunk on the bank. Tight lines. Right then guys, just thought I would run through my loops and booms VX Plus combi rigs and how I go about tying them. Firstly, I will crimp a big loop at the top of a section of a 20-pound boom, followed by an anti-tangle sleeve to attach to my lead clip system. Bringing it down to the bottom, I will crimp a small loop, and that is for obviously attaching my loop sections. I go about tying my loop sections by stripping back approximately 10 inches of a coated braid. I will then knotless knot that onto the shank of the hook, obviously using the knotless knot, leaving a tag end of about 5mm, which I blob down, which sits nicely under there so the kicker can go nicely over the top of it. I will then just overhand loop, double overhand loop, a loop section, which then I obviously attached to the boom, loop to loop style, bringing it down the shank of the hook. Obviously I've got a micro hook ring swivel, a stiff grip hook bead, and obviously floss for attaching my hook baits of choice too. So yeah, these are my loops and booms combis, how I tie them. If you haven't tried them, get on them. They're absolutely nailing me fish at the minute. Alright then guys, well that's that session unfortunately over, just resulting in countless tension bream and the one common landed at 16.5 as you've seen before. So yeah, that's the end of that session and the end of this video. That's you guys now all nicely caught up with what's been going on in my fishing since late November. Like I say, I should be back out now doing the vlogs and whatnot. I am going back tonight, and then literally I might return back in the morning. I'm not sure yet. I just need to get back and check to see what bait and supplies I've got, and yeah, I might be back out tomorrow. So if I am back out tomorrow, then I will vlog that session. I'm gonna try to get somewhere where I can do a couple of nights in the van. I just want a little bit of a chilled out session, and yeah. But I'm thoroughly looking forward to getting back out and doing the fishing again, guys. As you well know, I'm absolutely obsessed with my fishing. So yeah, it's good to be back home and be able to get back out down the old syndicate. So yeah, that's all I'm going to give you on this session. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, if you do like the content, if you can subscribe, it's completely free. Helps me in the channel grow, you know, and obviously the more I grow, the more videos I'll be able to keep putting out for you guys to see. But yeah, if you can also do the do's on my other social media. I'm Pentagon Fishing, same as my YouTube now on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. So if you can do the follows, do the do's and the likes and the whatevers, it would be greatly appreciated as always, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall catch up with you on the next video. Tight lines. As always guys, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing, it's free. Hit that like button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any videos going forward. Tight lines.